Everyone, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to the Slowest Blitz, where we are playing Asphodel. This is turn, is this 5 or is this 6? I believe this is turn 5. So, let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, we got, ooh, hello. We have found an Ulm. Cool. We lost a crippled unit on the march. We have 2 battles, and we saw a battle for Ulm. Let's watch our battles real quick, see how they go. In Kidzen, we've got our little screen of mannequins, a little smattering there. We have some of our starting army and the satyrs, and then we have our kind of like resupplied group of black centaurs over here. Some of whom already have quite a bit of experience, which is nice. And this is a kind of chunky amount of barbarians. This is why we sent so much here. Because too many barbarians can be very, very scary. They're going to demolish this wave of mannequins. But hopefully, yeah, this amount of black centaurs will be able to hook them up. Very good. Very good. Looks like we lost basically all the mannequins, except for a harpy mannequin in the back. Is unfortunate, but looks like a win. We actually lost a single black centaur there. Interesting. And just a couple of mannequins and some satyrs. Only lost two satyrs and 2 satyr sneaks. So unfortunate, but pretty big win for us. Then we have Sylvania. This is just a teeny tiny group. Couple of black centaurs, couple of Sagittarian carcasses. This is a decent sized province, but we should be okay. Oh, right, we also have some mannequins here as, again, just a little screen. We have the black centaurs just going straight in this time, rather than being on hold and attack rear, because we were actually trying to avoid this. We were trying to avoid some enemies coming and killing our Centaur Hierophant, right? But fortunately, we have these Sagittarian carcasses here to kind of screen for us. They don't have a lot of accuracy. This one has an experience, but they're normally only 9 accuracy with their vine bow. But when you get so close to them, right, like it's pretty easy for them to get a clean shot on you. No losses on our black centaurs, no losses on our Sagittarian carcasses. Very good. And we get to watch a battle with Ulm. Oof. Okay, so this is a big ol' Ulm stack. Got Flying Circus opening fanfare prophet back here. A Mastersmith actually rolling around. Interesting. A bunch of pikeneers, a bunch of just infantry with flails, a bunch of infantry with battle axes. This should just be, generalized rollout. Most likely, the Indies are not going to be able to punch through the black plate. These pikeneers might have actually just taken a handful of losses from the crossbows. Crossbows are one of the dangerous things to Ulm. So that's cool. I say that's cool. It's me. Yeah, they lost 4. Which isn't a big deal. This is a stack of 47, but, attrition is attrition. It's not much gold, but it can slow your roll trying to get back around to things. So, but honestly, in the grand scheme of things, this is a pretty big province to only lose 4 on. So, unexpected event. Handful of magic gems has been found in an abandoned mine. 3 earth gems, very nice. And we have a new famous hero! Homemade Sweets is now a famous hero. Let's go check. Oh, Homemade Sweets also has a disease, which isn't great, but does have recuperation, so probably will be fine. We'll be able to recover. What did he get? He got Heroic Endurance. That's okay. So Heroic Endurance is 2 reinvigoration, so that's kind of nice. If we end up putting some armor on him, that will keep him from exhausting as badly. Okay, so it's turn 5. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces. Not bad. And we are launching into 3 more provinces, right? With the hope that we're going to hit 3 more provinces basically every single turn from here on in expansion. So, let's start with some of the map information. As we scroll out, we can see we have discovered Ulm. Okay, so we've got Ulm as a southwestern neighbor down here. And we're actually very close to Ulm. We've got 1, 2, 3 provinces in between us. And then we have discovered the flag of Bandar Log up here in Black Peaks, which is further away, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces in between us and that flag. I'm assuming Bandar Log is over here somewhere, maybe over down here, but I mean, they could be lower and could have just like shot up this way. They could be up here and have shot down this way. They could be over here and have shot over this way. So, but just off of the concept of, you know, spreading out caps and things like that, I'm assuming that they're going to be over here in this particular area. Meaning that it looks like we're going to have more provinces, unless, you know, they're like right here or maybe like right here. We're going to have more provinces in between us and Bandar than we do between us and Ulm. I've already reached out to Ulm to kind of open lines of communication. I actually love partnering with MA Ulm for obvious reasons. They are trade gurus. They're the best, but they are actually not. They're not a horrendous early game option for us. If we take a look at the MA Ulm fighting them, most of their troops, obviously they'll tear through mannequins, and our black centaurs will have some difficulty penetrating their high armor, especially like the black plate variants being at 23 protection, right? And their Black Knights being at 23 protection. That is challenging to deal with, but our Black Centaurs can still, you know, trade with them, I think. But we also have Minotaurs, right? So like we have other tools that can, you know, a Minotaur hits for 29 damage. So like if, for example, we were like, oh, we need to march to war with Ulm, Minotaur warriors hit for 29 damage. That can, you know, 1 or 2 shot a Black Knight, depending on the DNR roll, obviously, right? If they're Berserk, if our Black Centaurs are Berserk, that's even better. And Minotaur warriors can actually trample Black Plate infantry and things like that. They're size 4, so we have decent options, I think, against them. They also don't have great magic resist, which we can use in certain ways. Potentially, I think, maybe with some of our glamour stuff, but I haven't checked into the glamour stuff as well. That being said, I have no intention of starting an early war against Ulm, but we potentially could. And the reason why I think we potentially could is if we look at where Ulm is from what we can see, they haven't taken Star Peaks, in theory, right? Or not in theory, in practice. This looks like a conjoined army. They've taken Venetis, Estephonia, Hall Woods. Oak Beach is an obvious direction for them to go. And in theory, we could get there with everything that we have, right? We could bring almost what like 16. Yeah, we have 18 Black Centaurs, some mannequins, some Sagittarian carcasses, including a Carrion behemoth, etc., etc. We could bring a force that I think would beat this Ulmish force if it were to go to Oak Beach, and I would assume that it's going to Oak Beach, right? But I don't want to do that. It honestly might not be a bad move. We could start a war very early with Ulm and just try to rush them down. We have a very aggressive, well, I say very aggressive. We have a pretty aggressive Bless. It's going to be very difficult for Ulm to deal with something like 5 defense. If we take a look at Ulm's troop lineup, for example, right? 10 attack, 13 attack, 11 attack, 10 attack, right? At the bar of like 23-ish fucking defense, it's gonna be difficult for them to even hit us. Even their guardians, which are their kind of like sacred, anti-sacred killers, right? Having 13 is good, but it's not like 23 good. Hits are gonna come in on the occasion, and obviously a guardian actually hitting us would be real fucking bad. But even at 27, right, like if we take a look at our Black Centaurs, they have 23 HP, they have 9 protection. There's a chance that they get hit, but they don't die, and then they just berserk. There's also, the other thing is if he's got a lot of pikeneers, he can repel us, and the repels, I think, will also proc berserk, right? They'll only do a little bit of damage, which is actually good for us, but then they'll also proc berserk, which is bad for him, right? So I don't think it would be a bad matchup, but I don't like rushing people. I don't play the game to just immediately get up in someone's face and go ham, and I don't think that is what the build that we're playing is, right? Like, could we do it? Potentially. Will it be super beneficial for us? I don't think so, because I think it would take us, even if we destroyed basically the majority of this army here, I think it would take us, another turn, 2 turns to get to Ulm, and even if we won a battle on top of his capital, which would not be a guarantee, right? Because he could PD dump, and he could have, 2 turns of recruitment to prepare. Even if we were to do that, it would be fucking... This thing has, like, 1,500 wall integrity. It would be 10 turns before we could even fucking pop it, right? It still might be worth it in the long run, but that would also mean several turns of not expanding, right? Or not expanding. We'd be expanding into other territory, but it wouldn't be quite the same. We'd have to funnel forces, etc., etc. It's not something that I want to do. I've reached out to Ulm. We talked things over. Just basic kind of like, hey, looks like we're both expanding over here. This is 2 away from my cap and 2 away from your cap. This is 2 away from my cap and 2 away from your cap. I'll let you have this one if you let me have this one. So that's basically what we're doing. We're going to move down south into Trotern against these Jaguar tribe, which hopefully is going to be fine. Ranged units are somewhat of a pain in the ass, especially large amounts of them for the Black Centaurs, because the high defense skill doesn't matter against ranged attacks. So you can find a Black Centaur, which normally would kick the shit out of a bunch of very weak troops, suddenly just get explosively deleted by a volley of 20 ranged attacks when it's right on top of them, right? Like, because the accuracy from ranged attacks is so significantly higher the closer you are, you can see Black Centaurs just go zzz, and it'll be no hits, no hits, no hits, and then they get right in front of the ranged stack, and then the ranged stack all goes lasers. Pew! And each thing might only do like a few points of damage, but if 20 of them are hitting, then a Black Centaur will get deleted. So hopefully this is going to be fine. We might lose a few, hopefully not. What is concerning about it, though, is after we do Trotern, I wanted to jump to Force the Lost, but that's a lot of potential bone tribe, and those are very dangerous for us, right? There's Nern and Abysia, but as we do that, that's starting to get very far away. And it's very possible that someone is like down right here. So we're sending a scout over to New Coast to try to see as much as we possibly can in that area, and we'll go from there. We're also sending the scout in Bandar log over into Glistening Wood again, assuming someone's going to be up here. You know, hit this area with New Coast, try to reveal this. Hit this area in Glistening Wood, try to reveal this. Right, that's the plan. Sorry, I'm also cooking a pizza in a moment too. So. Aside from that, in Sylvania, we are moving into Namor, and we're moving our new Centaur Hierophant into Frosted Peaks. This is we wanna get this whole like stretch of 3 forests. We want this to be kind of like our line, right? And I think we probably won't try to go for Forest of Pine, but if we can get these 3, great. Unfortunately, there's a shit ton of Wolf Tribe in here. Again, Wolf Tribe being one of those scenarios where that can be a little dangerous to a Black Centaur. With the combination of the multiple attacks and the low armor of Black Centaurs, at least with the build that we have, that means they have more strikes to try to actually hit through the defense. So a combination of archers and Wolf Tribe warriors can actually do some damage to Black Centaurs. So we're going to try to be safe and instead go against this group of heavy cab, militia, and light cab. We're going to use our lone Mandragora as a land sketcher, but more specifically, we're going to use our Sagittarian carcasses. We have them out a little in front. I don't think that's going to matter. I think the Black Centaurs are going to get to any heavy cab first, but heavy cab are extremely scary if they hit you, and if they can't hit us, then it shouldn't be that much of a problem. So hopefully we'll be fine here. This is just Deer Tribe. We should be perfectly fine here. Similar type of scenario. We do have a Carrion Behemoth that we're bringing out with us. And then the idea from there is if we need to, we will combine onto the Wolf Tribe. But I'm keeping an eye on it to see if, is this a really big stack? Is this dangerous for us? What's the plan here, right? So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then for recruitment, same shit, different day, right? Absolutely. Another Hierophant, as many Black Centaurs as we can get, and now that we're kind of like peaking on gold, as many Centaur Warriors as we can get, right? So really trying to turbocharge that ability. Not looking at this point to go into like 4 expansions per turn or anything like that. I think 3 expansions per turn up until turn 10 or 12 is going to be just fine. Now what I want to do is I want to reinforce these groups and make sure that when we expand, we're not taking heavy losses. We've already lost, I think, 4 or 5 Black Centaur. Maybe not that many, but we lost like 1 or 2 in a place, and then we lost another 1 here. So we're losing a few here or there. We want to avoid that, right? 10 Black Centaur running over a province is way safer than 5 Black Centaur. Is it necessary? No, not the majority of the time, but sometimes it can make the difference between you walking away with 1 fewer Centaur or not, right? And we want to have, by the end of the first year, we want to have a stack of 50, 55 Centaurs that we can throw at someone and succeed, right? Still no magic research or anything like that because of the constant recruit, send out, etc., etc. But yeah, that's basically it. We are seeing more of the world, right? We're getting another Black Harpy up here. We're getting another Black Harpy up here. So our understanding of what is around us should start to rapidly expand. We can also see over here near the Bandar log stuff, we have some underground entry points, some cave entry points, right? So we don't have any in our heartland, which is nice. That means we don't have to immediately deal with one of the 2 cave nations, which is Agartha and Abysia. But that is something that's there that we can start exploring. We're more interested in the above ground for now, though. So, anyways, that's it. Very excited. Hopefully, we will have a good turn of expansion the next turn. And from there, hopefully, we can start moving into some of our actual goals, which will be the idea of ramping up our... We have Magic 3, right? So the idea of ramping up our research and starting to try and get lucky on a Panic Apostate or the undead version of the Panic Apostate. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. See you on turn 6. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.